to Chamonix Mont Blanc. This will probably be my last vlog about preparing for Mont Blanc. I've just had a couple of days acclimatizing, climbing with my friends and preparing for this trip. So I wanted to give you a brief rundown of the itinerary of what we're going to do for Mont Blanc, talk briefly about what we've done in the last few days, and a couple of other things I've learned along the way that I would like to share with you if you maybe ever wanted to climb Mont Blanc. So our itinerary that we're doing is kind of like a traverse. Right now we're in France, Chamonix. We're going to drive underneath the mountains through the tunnel, which is like 50 euro, by the way. But then we're going to start from the Italian side. We're going to climb up to the Refugio Gonella, which I think is about a 1,600 meter ascent. It's not small. And from there we're going to stay the night in the refuge. So this will be quite light. We won't be taking all our tents and all our food like we did for our most recent trip. So that is going to be a lot easier on the legs. So weather permitting, we'll leave that night at midnight to try for the summit. And should we get to the summit, we'll then be descending back down this side to the French side. So we'll be completing this traverse from Italy to France, which I don't think is a very popular route to do. Certainly the Italian route is less popular than a lot of the routes on this side from Chamonix. So yeah, we wanted to choose something a little bit different, and we wanted to, have some fun with it and make it interesting. We are completely unguided, although we do have Roger, who is quite an experienced climber, and he's already been here twice, so he's kind of the leader of the group. It has been difficult for me because usually I'm the leader. Like, I've guided treks and climbs in Nepal, and I'm used to kind of knowing everything and being completely in charge of the whole situation. So for me to kind of take a back seat, A, and then B, not really understand the plan completely because it's in my second language, or third. These guys are Catalan, so a lot of the time they're speaking Catalan, and I just barely understand Catalan, and I'm kind of still learning Spanish as well. So it's been very difficult for me to completely understand what's happening with the smaller details of the trip, and when things change it can become very confusing, and when they're speaking Catalan I don't quite understand, and I get really kind of frustrated. So it has been a really challenging trip for me mentally in terms of that. So but I knew that. I threw myself into this as a language learning challenge, so that's been an interesting part of the trip for me. These last few days have been great. We had, although the first day completely rained and we spent most of the time just in the Refugio. Luckily they had a foam roller there, so I was doing some foam rolling, a little bit of stretching, and just chilling and hanging out in the Refugio. That afternoon we had cleared up and we managed to get out in the glacier, and we went through our systems of crevasse rescue, exactly how we rope up when we're traveling through the glacier, and just to build some team confidence, and just so we're all on the same page in terms of what kind of systems we're using when we're on the glacier and when we're climbing. Then we had 2 really good days of great weather where it was a lot of glacier stomping, gully, snow, ice, gully climbing, and then some beautiful alpine rock climbing to the summit, which is really, really cool. We got up Tete Blanche, Petite Fourche and Aiguille de Tour. Even though we lost a complete day on our itinerary, we managed to get everything done that we originally planned, which is really, really cool. So far everything has really gone very well to plan. We had a full rest day here down in the valley, a chance to stretch and massage the legs, eat well, maybe find a cold river and get some blood pumping through these legs just to kind of freshen everything up. We're going to get some supplies and some extra kind of power foods to supplement, to help us. Magnesium is one thing that I'll be using a lot of, and just like an isotonic kind of sports drink, very important to have when you're doing high level activity, and it's going to be warm up on the glacier as well. So we've got to get a couple of things food wise. I'm going to get some new inner soles for my boots just to make them a little bit more comfy, maybe a fresh pair of socks, and that's about it. We'll be ready to go. I've been thinking along the way about the kind of videos that I can make in the future, because there is so many things with mountaineering that I just kind of take for granted that I know, that I know a lot of people don't know. So I want to make a couple of videos about these following things. Whether you should go guided or unguided, that's going to be a really important video for you if you're new to the sport. So that's coming up soon. Also, I want to talk about tips for glacier travel, because I've never really been around glaciers and there's a lot of things that I've learnt in the last few days that I could share with you. I'd also like to make a video about rest days or acclimatization days like this one, so how to recover quickly in between 2 trips to get back to your best. And finally, I'd like to make a video about choosing the route, or choosing the mountain, or choosing the goal that you want to do. So I think it's probably the most important decision that you make, like what you're actually going to go and climb. Choose something that's going to align with your values, choose something that's going to inspire you, choose something that is going to challenge you. So they're the kind of things that I want to talk about in that upcoming video. I'm really looking forward to getting to the top of this summit and then getting back to Barcelona so that I can release our strength squad. We can start that strength squad. If you haven't heard about that, I've got squads coming up for the major kind of niches within training for mountaineering. So obviously there's one for strength, there'll be one for speed and like a cardiovascular focused one, a bodyweight training focused one, as well as a heavy pack carrying squad. So there's a bunch of different squads coming up. If you'd like to be involved in those, if you'd like to have group coaching with me once a month and get to meet a whole bunch of people all over the world that are doing similar training to you, you can help each other out, not only learn from me but learn from a whole bunch of other people and potentially meet some climbing partners from all around the world. If you'd like to do that, just send me an email. You'll see some information about our squads and you can sign up for the next one. So Mont Blanc is so close. We're leaving tonight. It's right here. I'm looking forward to making a video. I'll post it up here as soon as it's done. I'll see you on summit.